Welcome to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Let's Talk Cars Radio is sponsored in part by Napa Car Care Centers, the BDG Auto Group, and by Bob and Cindy's Cotman Transmissions. Be a part of the program today by calling 757-222-3705. That's 757-222-3705. Email your questions and comments to Dave at letstalkcarsradio.com. Now, here is the host of Let's Talk Cars Radio, Dave Palach.
Happy Saturday, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio. I'm your host, Dave Palach, hanging out with Rockin' Larry Cobb. And, of course, Cameron's doing all of our technical work with us. Hope you guys are having an awesome Saturday. We're just hanging out, talking about cars. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, I'm just laughing and scratching.
Laughing and scratching. You like that one, laughing and scratching.
Have you used it before?
Yes.
Oh, man, I have to recycle that.
Had to recycle that. So it is an awesome Saturday where we are. The sun is actually out finally for a little bit. It was 80 yesterday.
No. It should be pretty warm out there now.
Yeah, it's not bad out there today. Hopefully it is warm where you guys are at. Looks like we're finally kind of getting over that winter hump. Car shows are starting to pop up everywhere. I've seen
There's some place in the country having snow today. I forgot where I saw that, but
I don't know. I'm seeing cars out, so people are starting to pull their muscle cars out, which is awesome. Finally.
There you go.
People are starting to get out there and put a little wax on them, put a little shine on them. So kind of a slow news week this week, though, as far as automotives are concerned.
not much happening.
Not in cars, of course. We're more on the whole bombing situation more than anything else.
I wasn't even aware of that until I got in this morning.
Yeah, kind of crazy. So hopefully everybody's being safe, and good luck to everybody that's involved in that campaign going on. So I'm going to dive right into it. We've been talking a lot about distracted driving. It's been in the news a lot. So, of course, it's back in the news again this week. So it's kind of interesting. So as you get into it and we start talking about distract driving, now we talked, was it last week or so, about one of the things nobody ever thought about was animals and how that distracts you in driving and stuff. Here is one of the things I think that nobody has really thought about. So a new report came out this week as far as distracted driving as well. And one of the things that I found interesting is the concept of texting while driving. Okay. Now we've talked about this. It takes about 24 seconds, they say, to send a text. So that's 24 seconds that your eyes are off the road. So, I mean, that's
a long time.
No, it is. It is. So
that's enough time to get killed easily, I would think, 24 seconds.
It is. I mean, 24 seconds doesn't seem like much, but I guess, and I don't know if they're gauging that for the fact of from the time to read the text and then to reply to the text, if that's 24 seconds, but 24 seconds period is a long time.
Yes.
For it to be distracted. Now, here's something else. Can you think of something else that's actually even longer that would keep you distracted?
Rubbernecking.
No, I see. I mean, I don't know. People rubberneck all the time, but I don't think that would be over 24 seconds.
Well, if it was a real bad wreck.
Maybe. Cameron, got any guesses?
Changing the radio station.
No, they say changing the radio second is only like at 8 seconds.
It shouldn't
Not
even be
if
that.
you're surfing.
If you got a preset, you push your number one button, your number two.
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, but now you do that on the steering wheel, though. For a lot of cars, it's on the steering wheel. So on my truck, it's on the steering wheel. So
setting the Bluetooth, because I know that takes me a long time.
Here's one that's actually so, and there's a reason for I'm asking this question. If you guys are wondering out there, reason. So it's actually 40 seconds, and it's messing with your nav system. So actually, messing with the nav system takes 40 seconds. So and you would think that most people would do that while they're standing still, but they say people actually mess with the nav system while driving, and it takes your eyes off the road for almost 40 seconds while you mess with the nav system.
I always get my navigation systems taken care of before I put the car in reverse and back out of my slot.
Now, I mess with my nav system, but I never do it while driving. I actually do it while I'm stopped. So, I mean, I set it, and then I just listen to it talk to me.
I was going to say mine has GPS. If I need to do something, I just speak to it.
Does your vehicle have a nav system built in?
No.
You have like TomTom?
Garmin.
Okay. I used to make fun of the TomTom all the time because do you remember the commercial used to have, "Where do I go now, Jim? Remember the guy was sitting in the car in the seat next to him?
Yep. I think Garmin and Magellan are the two biggies. TomTom's still out there, but they don't market it like they did at one time.
I had a TomTom at one time.
It's like I say, it's still there, but you just don't see it marketed. Well, Magellan doesn't market theirs either, but I think they're the number two.
Yeah.
And it seems like Garmin only advertises at Christmas.
Well, it's kind of interesting when you think about it. You know, well, all the different, and the reason why I brought this up was because the study actually showed that we are actually counterproductive. So we talk about all the different distracted driving and everything that's out there that has to do with distracted driving. But the study was focused on the fact of the more technology that we actually keep on adding to the vehicles, the more we keep on distracting the driver. So we talk about texting, we talk about all the different things that are being brought into the vehicle that's distracted driving. But the reality of it is we're actually distracting the driver with all the technology that we add. So everything we keep on inventing and adding to the vehicle is actually what's distracting the driver.
With all the voice systems that are on the phones now, can't you text by just speaking to your phone?
There is setups like that.
Now, will it read it back to you?
I think it will. I think my truck actually has that capability. I don't use it, but I don't like really texting while I'm driving. I don't do that.
I don't either. I will look at a text if I'm at a red light.
Okay, now I will look if it.
I won't respond, but I'll look.
I'll look down. My phone sits. I have like a little cradle for my phone, so I can see like if a text comes up. So if I'm at a stoplight, I can look down and glance down at it. But I don't even really like doing that because a lot of times I find myself I'll try to read it and the light turns green and I don't feel comfortable. I feel like I've missed when the light turns green, so I don't like to do that either.
Yeah. If it's a shorty and a quickie, I'll take a quick look, but I won't respond, and I still make sure that when the light goes green, I'm gone.
Well, we have the trackers on the kids' vehicles, which tells me if they actually engage in looking at their cell phones while they're in their vehicles and driving too. And it does. It actually will tell me. It'll tell me if they've engaged using their cell phone while they're behind the wheel. And I do, and I chastise them for it because I don't want them messing with their phones while they're behind the wheel.
People die from texting every day.
They do. Like I said, there's so much technology out there nowadays, guys, that keeps you messing with things that you shouldn't while you're behind the wheel. And I think that as technology changes, that's the reason why the biggest thing that they were developing with the heads-up devices, and then one of the things that they were talking about doing is heads-up devices where the texts would come up on the screen on a heads-up device while you're driving. And I think that's a really bad idea.
Yeah, I would agree with that because then they're going to respond.
I think you'd want to respond. If you had a heads-up device and it shows you your text up on the screen while you're driving, you'd feel entitled to respond. And I think that's the reason I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, well, I don't answer my phone when it rings when I'm driving.
Well, I've seen some of the commercials for some of the futuristic devices where the text comes up and then you hear people talking like out loud. They're like, I'm in whatever the service is. I don't want to say like Alexa or whatever, but one of the, let's just say it's called Jimmy. Text Bob, you hear him talking out loud in their car and stuff like that. Even that, as far as, I think that's distracted because you actually have to form a thought while you're driving.
True.
So even that to me would be distracted driving because you're trying to form a thought of what you want to say.
I would say the bottom line is just don't leave the text for when you're not behind the wheel.
Yeah, anything behind it. You should be concentrating on driving. And if so, then does it become part of a driving test? I mean, that... I know you're looking at me funny, but does it become part of a driving test? I know you're staring at me funny, but I mean, think about it. If that becomes part of a normal interaction in a car, do you have to then be able to perform that action during a driving test?
I don't think when you're taking a driver's test, a driver instructor should be with you because everybody acts different with a driving instructor. I think you should have cameras inside the car, not tell them that it's a driving test. And then watch
because everybody's going to know that the camera's there and they're going to act different anyway. That's no different than when a police officer pulls you over. You become like the model citizen while he's standing at the window. I mean, it's like, hello there, officer. Good day. How are you? Great weather we're having, huh? I mean, everybody becomes a model citizen when he's standing at the window.
Put your best face on.
Right, or the mask, whatever it may be. I mean,
then you get a ticket and you're just
totally
different.
Right. When you see him in the mirror walking up with your ticket in the hand, you become a completely different person on top of that.
Yeah, then you're prone to blow it for some folks.
Right. Or he's having you blow. One of the two.
Make things worse.
No, it is. I mean, it's just, I understand that distracted driving is a huge, huge ordeal. I mean, I really do. But it calls to questions a lot of different things for a lot of different reasons. I mean, there's so many different things out there that, I mean, I understand, and trust me, I've been the advocate for technology over and over and over again. I love technology, and I think it can help us in so many different ways. But there's a lot of questions that are unanswered when it comes to technology. Just like one of the questions, so you guys heard me say, I get in so many different conversations online because of the different groups I belong to. And like I said, it brings up questions for the radio show over and over again. Here's one of the questions that came up this week that we were talking about. So if self-driving cars are coming, like I said, obviously nothing's going to change, even with the accidents keep on happening and stuff like that. This is technology that's never going to stop coming. But if you have self-driving cars, does that mean you don't need a driver's license anymore? Think about it. If the car's out there and it drives itself, why do you need a driver's license? If you're not driving it and it drives itself and it's in complete control and all you do is sit down in the vehicle, why do you need a driver's license?
For level 4 and level 5 only, I think that's a great idea. Level 1, 2, and 3, you would need a driver's license just to be able to put it in.
I understand, but if you're talking level 5 technology, no gas pedal, no brake pedal, no steering wheel, you just sit in it and tell it where you want to go and it takes you, what's the purpose of having a driver's license?
You still have control of where it's going.
Well, you do, but you're not doing any of the driving. On top of that, now you get into the situation where you start talking about you have children underneath the age of 16 that can basically summon the car and have them take them anywhere they want to go. Yeah, see, you didn't think about that because now you have, your 10-year-old can summon the car and have them taken wherever they want to go.
Well, it makes sense. I don't think the states will relinquish that very easily because it's a revenue stream.
Oh, okay, I understand that. But now you get to the point at what age can they be in the car unoccupied by an adult because they're not doing the driving?
Man, I don't know. This whole transition to self-driving cars is going to open up a whole lot of boxes.
Okay, it is. And we're talking about, okay, so we talked about GM wanting to release by 2019. They wanted to put their car out on the road in order to be able to sell it. And you're talking about by 2020, they want to have all the driverless taxis out by 2020 on the road, is their projection date. So I ask the question again. If you have driverless vehicles without steering wheels, without gas pedal, without brake pedal, and all you do is just talk to it and tell you where you want to go, what's going to be the age limit?
12.
That's a good question.
Well, okay, so if you guys remember, we talked last year about these vehicles, and what was it called? The Guardian program or whatever? I think it was called, one of the programs was called Guardian, where for working parents, there was the program, remember we talked about it last year, that if you need your child to go to soccer practice or baseball practice or ballet or gymnastics or whatever, your child pushes a button on an app on a phone and a vehicle comes and picks them up and takes them to all these different, programs for parents who are working. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah, it wasn't like Uber Kids or something?
Yeah, basically it was that program where your child just pushes an app on the phone and a vehicle comes and picks them up from school or from home and takes them to any of their after-school activities. It's the same thing.
True, it is. These are all things that are going to have to be addressed. I don't see them being addressed until the self-driving car is much more prolific.
Well, it's coming quickly,
well,
without any of these regulations that are set as far as what's going to happen. But I mean, you're talking about. I mean, you could have a kid who could be 10 years old could have a really cool car. And he doesn't have to have a driver's license. He could have a really nice Bentley that drives itself.
That changes Uber a ton.
No, it does.
Because what's the bad thing about Uber? You have to drive. Not if you can just push a button and say, hey, go pick up this person at this address and take it to this address.
Well, think about it. You could be 10 years old and have a really cool car and go pick up all your friends and go to the skating rink.
I would not mind a level 5.
I mean, you're 10 years old and you got a really cool car. You're not doing the driving. The car's doing the driving.
Listen to this language. You summon the car.
Yeah.
It shows up in your driveway. You get in and take me here. And there's nobody around.
Right. Just something to think about. You guys chew on that. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll talk to you soon. Or maybe not.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Well, here's a pound of prevention from your Napa Auto Care Center. We'll customize a preventive maintenance package for your vehicle that will save you time, money, and hassles now and down the road. We'll ask, Do you drive mainly in the city or on the highway? Plan to keep your vehicle? How long? And more. Preventive maintenance is a good thing that prevents bad things. Build yours at your Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, Dave Pillach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Do you currently have a repair shop you trust? Haven't found the time to go to a garage for all your automotive needs? Check out the all-star team at Napa BDGHRVA.com. That's Napa BDGHRVA.com. Let them show you what it's like to work with the professionals and make a friend along the way. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Pillach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated. Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Pillach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Pillach, hanging out with Rockin' Larry Cobb. And, of course, Cameron's doing all of our technical work for us. So, while we were on commercial break, we had a thought that I don't think anybody's thought about. So, if you have self-driving cars and emergency vehicles end up coming up, what's the self-driving car going to do as far as getting out of the way? And then Larry brought up a pretty interesting fact. What about if you're in the tunnel, there's no place to go, which happens right now.
Yeah.
You have emergency vehicles come and you're in the tunnel, and of course they want you to move, but you're only got 2 lanes, there's no place to go. So I have the solution. What about magnets?
What about them?
So you have magnets on the roof of the tunnel, magnets on your car, and you just, when the emergency vehicle comes, it activates a magnet, and you just go whoop to the roof of the tunnel, and it gets out of your way, and you're out of the way, and they drive right underneath you, and away you go.
And then when you're ready to get back on the pavement, it just drops you. They turn the
Slowly.
electromagnet.
Slowly. See? Problem solved.
I would be so freaked out about that. Just sitting there and whoop. I'm like, oh.
See? It'll work.
It would work, but it freaks
It just
you out.
automatically just engages when an emergency vehicle comes.
Or they could make the police cruisers so that they
have magnets. They drive on the walls.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. Where they, you've seen the stories about the buses that ride over traffic.
Yes.
You know, have a little hydraulic system in there where it jumps up and you ride over the cars.
You realize that guy's like in prison now, right?
No.
Yeah, like that was like a whole scam. Like he got a bunch of money. The guy in China, he got like tons of money, and like they made like a prototype, and that's as far as that went. And then like all the investors wanted their money, and like China wanted like their investment back. And
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
I just heard about the vehicle, the bus. I think they were talking.
Yeah, they got about as far as like a prototype of it, and then like China wanted their money back. Yeah, that ended up being like a really, really bad thing. Yeah.
Man.
Yep. So here's something interesting. If you guys did not know, It popped up last year right around summertime, and it's getting back in the news again. You do realize, and I bring this up because this happens to me a lot, it is illegal to ride in the left-hand lane and just maintain a steady speed, especially in Virginia.
Well, I guess with the new law, it wouldn't be true, would it?
Yeah, the new
law is you can't cruise in the left-hand lane, correct?
Right. You can't just cruise. It is illegal. If you are just cruising in the left-hand lane and you're trying to be a traffic police, I hate traffic police. You know what traffic police is,
Yeah,
right?
I know they're going to.
I'm entitled to stay in this lane and keep you behind me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's illegal, especially in the state of Virginia. It keeps happening to me. So they're actually citing a bunch of tickets. Apparently, like 2,300 tickets were issued within like a 3-month period of time.
There's a lot of it goes on, as you well know.
That's because people think that is their position to ride in that lane and keep you behind them for some reason. I don't know why people do that. I'm going to ride in this lane because you want to go around me.
Well, if I'm in the left-hand lane and I see somebody rolling up real fast, I'm going to move over.
I do too. I don't make it my position I'm going to control traffic.
Yeah. Well, I know there are people with that mindset, but I'm not one of them for that.
Happens to me all the time.
When I first started driving, I hadn't been driving 6 months. I was cruising on the very new Battlefield Boulevard with my girlfriend in the left-hand lane. And here comes the Chesapeake police car. Lights come on. I'm like, man, I was driving the speed limit. What could they get me for? I didn't get a ticket, but I got a lecture about cruising in the left-hand lane.
Really?
Yep. Yes, indeed.
It's crazy. I told you about the time that we went to Martinsville in record time, right?
I vaguely recall that.
We went to Martinsville and made it there in very, very quick time.
And that's about a, 5-hour drive normally from here? 5-6 hours, something like that?
Yeah, probably like that.
How long did it take you?
I don't know if I should say.
You're going to get a retroactive ticket?
Closer to like 3 hours and like 45 minutes.
Man, you were a speed demon.
This was my younger years.
3 hours from here to Martinsville?
Yeah, we were hauling. So
and you didn't get in any trouble?
I didn't get pulled over in any tickets. So we leave Martinsville. We're on the road for about 20 minutes, and my buddy gets pulled over on the way back. He's like, how do we get here and you get no tickets? And we're on our way back, and in the first 20 minutes, I get pulled over.
Chance.
Right, chance. So the police officer was not happy with him. He was really not happy with him.
I'm sure he was going very fast.
No, he really wasn't. He really was not. Not comparative to how fast we were driving on the way there. Not even close. But yeah, I got some stories.
That's why you're not supposed to speed, because you never know.
You'd never know. I was a speed demon back in my younger years.
I always pretty much tried to stay within the speed limit. I did not want to interact with police on the highway.
I wish I looked at it back then like that. My car insurance was really high when I was a young man. My car insurance was higher than my car payment.
I was driving for 10 years before I ever got my first ticket.
I wish I could say that.
And I was speeding, and I was on my way to work trying to get there.
So do I.
I had gotten quite a few tickets as a young man.
I was upset because it blew my record. I've been 10 years of driving, from 16 to 26, and now, boom, I get a ticket. And a speeding one at that.
Yeah. I learned hard the way. I got a listener's letter. This is kind of interesting because we were just talking about this last week. Hey, Dave, gas prices are going back up. Does this mean that truck sales are going to go down? Robert in Norfolk. Well, Robert in Norfolk, yes, gas prices are going up. Quickly. In fact, they say they're probably going to rise another 14% by the time that we hit May.
Man, I've noticed they've been creeping up on a regular basis.
They are. I don't think that they're going to affect truck and SUV sales, to be really honest with you. I think a lot of people are set on buying trucks and SUVs just for the fact of we talked about it, the fact that they're like a luxury car. There really is no reason for gas prices to be going up other than the fact that we're getting ready to approach summer and people are going to start taking road trips, and I think they're going to just go ahead and gouge us just to gouge us. I mean, that's my personal opinion. A lot of people are buying SUVs. A lot of people are buying trucks, and they're buying them because they like them. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. You can't beat the comfortability of a truck or an SUV right now, and the practicality of it. I mean, you have everything of a luxury car and the practicality of having a truck that you can haul things in and still be comfortable in it.
Well, you can prove that idea about the pickup trucks. Just go scan the used car market and look how the values are up on those.
Yeah, they are. It costs a lot of money to buy a pickup truck right now.
I saw a 2000 Silverado that they wanted $12,000 for.
Yeah, it's about right though. I mean, and if you buy a diesel one, you'll even pay even more for it.
It's an 18-year-old truck.
Hold their value. They just do. I mean, they really, really do. I mean, but the gas price thing, you're going to see eventually. You're going to see the bottom fall out of gasoline. It's going to happen. I mean, just mark my words on it. It's going to happen. Like I said, when you start seeing all the sheiks and all that kind of stuff to start to invest money into other than gasoline, that right there tells you that it's coming.
That's your tip off.
That is the tip off to know that the bottom's going to fall out of gasoline eventually. Like I said, is it going to happen overnight? No, it's not going to happen overnight. But that right there shows you that they're preparing to see the bottom fall out of it. Here's one of the things. So, it's a lot of the tariffs, and I don't like getting into this stuff. We talked about this before. You're going to see steel's going to go up. Here's one of the things I find interesting, and I'm waiting to see how this is going to work. So aluminum has gone up, okay? So I'm kind of trying to figure out what Ford's going to do, because Ford decided to base their truck on aluminum. And it's going to start to get costly for them to build their aluminum truck. So I'm waiting to see how that's going to shake out. If they're going to, I can't think that they're going to retool that truck. Maybe they will, but that's got to be really costly to retool that truck. So they base their truck, on aluminum, and the cost of aluminum has gone up quite a bit. So hey, pay attention to that, guys. I mean, for you Ford guys, I'm just kind of wondering how that's all going to shake out. Because
buy American aluminum.
Maybe. I mean, when they decided to build the truck out of aluminum wasn't as expensive as it is right now. And with aluminum going up, it's got to start getting kind of costly to build that truck. So keep your eye on that. It's going to be interesting. That's just, I'm calling that one right now.
That means your soda can drinks are going to go up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Ford thought that one through as much as they, that's going to affect some things. It's going to be... I think it's not going to work out to their advantage to build the Ford out of aluminum. So they're going to have to really think about how they're going to do that. So I'm calling it here first. I am.
Just wait till the price of aluminum foil starts going up.
Saran wrap. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying saran wrap. So, hey, did you guys hear last night Will Ferrell was in a car crash?
I heard about that.
Yeah. So apparently he was in a chauffeur-driven SUV. And somebody sideswiped him, and apparently he went to the hospital. I guess he's okay.
Yeah, he didn't get hurt.
Yeah, he didn't get hurt, but I guess they went for observation or something. So, that happened last night if you guys didn't hear. I don't know.
I heard. I read about that online.
Yeah, it came across my news feed last night, so thought it was kind of interesting.
Indeed.
I wonder if he made any jokes about it.
I'm sure there'll be some coming.
Yeah, right. There'll be something. Somebody will pick up on it. Anyway, hey, I got some news for you Dodge fans if you got Dodge on your hands. I try not to.
Dodge on your hands.
I told you, I got a buddy who loves Dodges. That's what I always say. I'm like, man, do you get any Dodge on your hands? It's always, for my manufacturer challenged friends that drive anything other than a Chevy, some people get Dodge on their hands.
What a swipe.
It was. So apparently Ram fans have something to look forward to. Looks like they're going to be taking a little bit of a whack at the Raptor. So it looks like they're going to be making a 707 horsepower Ram to try to compete with the Ford Raptor.
Are they selling that many where they feel like they need to compete?
Well, it's just like the muscle car wars. You have a truck war.
Why not? I always thought everything was based on money.
Some's based on horsepower. People like horsepower.
And if you're willing to pay for it.
And if you want something cool, no.
700 horsepower, man.
That's pretty. Well, if you remember the Ford Lightning, there was a lot of those people. I mean, I knew a lot of people that had a Lightning for a while there.
Well, the speed doesn't really appeal to me. As long as I push the little pedal, I just want to go.
Horsepower's cool, man. Doesn't matter which way you go get it.
A powerful engine is a thing to be had because it gets you out of some tight spots at times. But just in everyday life, for me, high horsepower is something that if it was low cost, I would elect it.
Yeah, but see, you strike me as like a Cadillac convertible kind of guy, like an old Cadillac convertible.
I never cared for convertibles. And
Really?
I've driven my share of them. Yeah, I don't like that wind.
I don't know. If I pictured something, I would picture you in a Cadillac convertible.
And I like Cadillacs. No doubt about that. But but a convertible?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I have to think about it. Maybe I have to think of a better vehicle for you over a commercial break. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I got some more news for you. We'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
Hey guys, Dave Palach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949. Residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated.
Okay, your week is crazy. Your local Napa Auto Care Center understands. That's why we're open Saturdays for your convenience. Get that oil change you've been putting off way too long. Be done with those squeaky brakes that are on your last nerve. We get it. Our Napa Auto Care Center is open Saturday when you maybe don't have soccer, dance class, a late meeting at work, you name it. Call for a Saturday appointment now.
Hey guys, Dave Palach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Are you tired of trying all the wrong auto shops and never leaving feeling that satisfied experience? Napa Car Care Centers, the BDG HRVA group, has the answer for you. Friendly, reliable teams assembled for all your automotive needs. Find your local auto center today at NapaBDGHRVA.com. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Palach. I swear, if you listen to some of the conversations we have when we're on commercial break, you would never believe it.
It's not terrible.
Yeah, definitely not terrible. Oh, we get into some of the strangest conversations when we're on break.
Yeah, we do. We don't have much time to do it.
Yeah, very short time, too. So, hey, did you guys hear that Segway has a robot butler they made?
No.
So, you can ride it, okay, like a Segway, and when you're not riding it, it like follows you. No, it's pretty cool. I saw a little blurb came across this week. So it's, you know what a Segway is, right? You can ride it, okay? And then when you're not riding it, it has like this little camera thing that just kind of follows you around.
I'd like to have one of those Segways, but they're just too pricey.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive.
They're about, what, $3,000, somewhere in that
Oh,
neighborhood?
I think they're more than that now.
Are they more than that?
Yeah, I think they're more than that now.
But I just think they're neat, and I'd like to have one.
Here's another weird story of the week. So I got some weird ones. Do you remember like the Nico wafer candies?
Yeah.
They're going out of business. Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about that, no.
They're going out of business. This woman decided she offered to trade her 2003 Honda Accord for all that they had left in stock.
She must have been a real addict.
Apparently, she really likes them so much. So she sent them an email and said that for all that they had left in stock, she would trade her 2003 Honda Accord.
They take her up on it?
I don't think so. I never liked them. I remember them. I mean, they're childhood candy.
Well, I wasn't crazy about them, but I remember them, and they were everywhere.
They were like a chalky wafer. They were real chalky. I never liked them. I remember people used to eat them when I was a kid, but they were never my favorite thing.
You used to put those in like Coke.
Yeah, I do remember people doing that.
Yeah, they put them in Coke.
Yeah.
A glass of Coke, pour a few of those Nicos in there.
I would never remember that until you said that, but I do remember people doing that. Yeah. And here's another weird one. So China has developed a solar road. And I remember you and I talking about how to charge cars, if they could find a way to charge electric cars without having to stop. Well, this is kind of like the start of that. Mm-hmm. You can charge the car while it drives. But they can also charge, so the solar road can charge houses. They can connect to the houses and charge traffic lights, all kinds of stuff.
Is that using solar or another means?
No, you're all using solar.
So what happens at night?
Good question. I guess at that point it probably is backing up some type of battery pack or something, I would imagine. But,
yeah.
And, everybody's trying to think of new ways of all different technology, but that's...
But can you imagine the job of putting that kind of equipment on every road? Maybe they would just start out with just the interstates.
Probably. I mean, the easiest way... Well, they talked about before. They were always like, oh, well, how would you do that? Well, it's easy. You have all these roads. I mean, they're like, where would you put all this solar technology? And everybody was like, where the roads are at. You already have all that real estate.
Well, I'm thinking that the flying cars will be here at some point. We don't know when, but they'll be here. I think there already are some.
Yeah, they already exist.
So why worry with all this stuff on the roads and the highways?
Well, because that's real estate. It's already real estate that's already taken up. So if you're going to put in some type of new technology like solar charging for houses and all that kind of stuff, why not just use that real estate that's already taken? You don't have to go look for new real estate. It's just like we talked about, Uber and all the different companies and Lyft and all those were looking to buying rooftops for parking of flying cars. So they're already looking to buy that now.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, why would you do that? Well, why not? Why not be ahead of the game?
Because I believe they're coming too. I don't think they'll be here in my lifetime.
What, the flying cars?
Yes.
Oh, I think they'll be here in your lifetime. I think so. I mean, because you already have, so the cars already exist. I know you, okay, so I know this seems silly to people, but it already exists. These cars are already here. I know they're not in your everyday travel, so I know that when I say these already exist, it seems strange to you, but the cars already exist. It's no different than when I sprung upon everybody the fact that GM already has level 5 technology of self-driving cars, that they didn't come forward and go, hey, we have these. They've kept that to themselves. Why? Well, look what's going on. Everybody's like, oh, we don't want this, or we want this, and everybody's arguing over it. So why come forward and say, hey, we already have this right away? Same thing with flying cars. People already have them. They've already developed them. They already have that technology, but why come forward with it right away when people are already arguing over everything? Why be the person to point the finger at when you already have this stuff? When you go to some of these trade shows that most of you have never heard of ever because you have no reason to hear about it, that you go to these shows and these things are there on display. They had it. I can't remember it was one of the shows that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, and I can't remember what the name of the show was, where they let you sit in these flying cars at low altitude and they flew you around the parking lot, and they had them on display. That's something that you and I know about, but the common person who doesn't know about this stuff never heard of, because you wouldn't go to that show. You would have no reason to be at that show. So, for the common person listening to the show, they would never, ever even know that even exists. But it's there. It's out there.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. If something's revolutionary, it's going to be a flying personal means of transportation.
It is. The one that's out there that's the most common right this second is a 4-person flying vehicle that pretty much is evolved enough that probably within the next, I'd say, 2 to 3 years will be pretty commonplace. Do I think we'll see them everywhere? No. I don't. I still think I'd say probably it's still 10 years out, to be honest with you. But as far as it being safe and means of travel, I'd say we're probably a couple years out for it being pretty safe means of travel.
Yeah.
For a commonplace, I'd say we're still probably 10 years out. But could be more. Things change. But the way that technology is changing right this second, it's crazy. I mean, just every time we turn around, technology boosts so quickly that what I think is 10 years out ends up being like 3 every time I turn around.
Well, with a flying car, I wouldn't have to pay any tolls.
Well, see, that's the problem. That's the hang up for all of us guys is, it's all money generated. So every time you come up with something, the government loses out on money and they try to find a way to kill the idea. I hate to say it. I'm sorry, but I said it.
Well, I think practically what will happen is they'll shift to another. What they'll do, like if the driver's license is not needed, they can make that revenue up by adding some kind of tax on.
Right. And
the cities did that with the city stickers. They used to require the city sticker, you pay the fee, and you had your personal property tax paid, and you put your little sticker on the windshield. Remember those?
Yep.
Well, they did away with them, but you still paid for the sticker.
Yeah, it's incorporated now into your
Personal property tax.
Yeah, and personal property tax and everything
but
else.
you still pay it.
So here's one for you. So I have one for you. This has been a debate all week that I've been involved with, talking back and forth. So the question this week has been, there is a new device that are being tested that track and give tickets for pretty much everything. So you know how you have a cell phone tower and they're up there. How about towers that have cameras and they have radars and tracking systems and stuff that can pretty much give you tickets for speeding, violations for improper lane change, all of that.
You would hear the same argument you heard when red light cameras came. You don't have the right to face your accuser.
Basically, there's devices that are being tested that can do this. Basically, it's just a big camera system that sits up on a tower that can pretty much give you a ticket everything. If you don't have proper registration, you name it, this system could do that.
And it'll email your ticket to you?
Basically, just mail it to you, whatever, just send you a ticket. Well, I mean, what do you guys think? I'm
not for that.
Not for it?
No, I'm not for that at all.
Curious what the listeners think. I mean, I'm real curious what everybody thinks about this. Basically, it's just a series of very sensitive, high definition cameras that basically can just give you a ticket for any crime that you basically are committing that's vehicle related. I guess it just gives it. And it could do it all.
It could malfunction, and then you've got a ticket for something that you weren't guilty of.
Okay, so I'll give you an example. So they have a speed camera that right this second has been giving this gentleman a ticket that was in the news. He parks a vehicle outside of his home where there's a speed camera, okay? And every time it takes a picture of the speeder, it takes a picture of his vehicle that's parked outside of his home sitting still.
And he got a ticket?
He's gotten like 27 tickets because every time the camera goes off and takes a picture, it takes a picture of his vehicle parked in front of his house right where the camera is angled and takes a picture. So that's an idea of a, malfunction, obviously.
Yeah, that wouldn't make me happy.
No, he's had to go to court over and over again to defend the fact that it's taking a picture. Every time it snaps a picture, it's snapping a picture of his license plate of his vehicle parked outside of his home instead of the vehicle actually, doing the act of speeding.
Well, if I was that guy, I think I'd move it, put it in my garage or something, and park it somewhere else.
Well, if he doesn't have that option, but that's an indication of a malfunction of a camera. Now imagine something sitting up on a tower that's scanning and looking for people doing, other actions that these cameras are supposed to. But this is something that has been considered as far as basically putting something on a large tower that has infrared scanning, all different types. Every type of scan you can think it can do, and it's looking for you committing crimes. And it just takes a picture of you committing the action in a car and just sends you a ticket. It doesn't matter, right? Like I said, it could be speeding, it could be improper lane change, not having right registration on your vehicle, whatever. It just snaps pictures, sends you tickets.
I don't know what to make of that.
You know what? We've joked about it over years and years and years, and I say if you can't catch me, you shouldn't be able to ticket me. I mean, and I joke about that, but to a certain degree, I kind of mean it.
Well, I buy into to that. That's not a problem, and I'm also all for safety, and I'm all for people obeying the traffic laws. But this business of what you're talking about, what a tower up in the sky, looking at everybody. I mean, I don't know if I like that or not.
Well, that's no different than we talked about, what was it, about 6 months ago, about the robot cams that sit on the freeway. And it's just a big, huge tank of a vehicle that takes pictures of your speed and sends you a ticket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wasn't for that either.
Is that happening?
There's a couple states that are testing them right now. It's just basically it's a big, huge, heavy weight on wheels that just takes a picture of you speeding on the freeway and sends you a ticket.
You don't think there'll be a big pushback for that when that starts to encroach?
I already have a pushback on it. I don't believe in that. I'm like I said, as much as I joke about it, if you didn't catch me, I don't want my ticket. I mean, I don't mean to laugh about it, but I mean it. I mean, if you didn't catch me, I don't want a ticket.
Well, that's true. I don't know how you get around that.
I don't know.
I'd have to give that some thought.
I'm going to give it some thought because it's commercial break time again. I'm going to think about it, and I'll get back to you on it. We'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA. Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow and Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow and Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated.
Take vitamins, exercise, ease up on the coffee. Sound familiar from your last visit to the doctor? Well, your Napa Auto Care Center knows preventive maintenance too. By grouping together services your vehicle needs, customized for the way you drive, they can save you time, money, and hassles. Prevent troubles down the road and give you confidence when you travel. Ask your Napa Auto Care Center to build a preventive maintenance plan for your vehicle today.
Hey guys, check everything your Napa Auto Care Center has to offer at NapaBDGHRVA.com. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Their commitment to excellence will leave you coming back for more. So check them out at NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Palach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. So we decided on commercial break that every flash, if it's $75, it's enough vacation money for Larry and I to take a really awesome vacation.
I'm for that part.
Yeah, see? Well, we talked about it. So there's, one of the red light cameras is right there in Town Center. So when I'm sitting there at Taco Bell line in the drive-thru, I watch it flash like 6 times. So if it's $75 for every flash, that's a whole lot of money.
Yeah, over $500.
Yeah. So if you think about it, so if we sit there for about an hour, that's at least enough money to go on vacation.
Enough money for them to pay for the system, huh?
Yeah, right. Yeah, really, it is. So, hey, I got this report that was given to me. A truck crash spilling kegs all over the highway in Pennsylvania. the funny thing was in the but the report they gave, they put no kegs were damaged or harmed in this crash. That's how the report came to me.
Was that a big concern that the kegs get hurt?
I guess that's how the report came to me.
Should have said no kegs were stolen.
And no kegs were harmed in the crash. Some of the things I get are worded really strange.
Makes you wonder who's writing them.
Apparently the kegs were empty, though, so that was important to tell us, too, that the kegs were empty.
Well, then I guess, those kegs have value, even empty.
Well, yeah, that's why they would make you return the keg. Remember, you had to return the keg. It was a $50 deposit back in the day on a keg, and then $25 deposit on the tap.
And they're aluminum, so the price of that's going to go up too.
Right, just like producing the Ford.
You and Fords.
Oh, hey, so yeah. I got in a conversation with a friend throughout the week and saying something about the Ford, and I was just like, oh, I didn't, I always try to steer away from the Ford conversation with my friends because they know how I feel and I don't want to hurt their feelings. Is that bad of me?
No, I think it's probably chivalrous of you.
I usually just reach my arm around and pat him on the back. I'm like, oh, my manufacturer challenge friend. Hey, so here is a study that was done. We need to get paid to do a study. People get paid big money to do studies. We need to figure out one that we can get paid to do.
I think it's one of those political things. That's the first thing they want to do is let's study this. It's going to take $5 million to study this.
I'm telling you, we should get like $5 million to do a study. So somebody did a study, and the study was based on if people are starting to warm up to self-driving cars. And they are. They're actually starting to warm up to the idea of self-driving cars.
I never thought that would be too hard to accomplish anyway.
But here's the strange part of this study. There's a strange part to the story. They're warming up to self-driving cars, but they found that people don't want to share.
You mean share the car?
Right. So they have no problem driving in a self-driving car, but if they hail one, they don't want to be in one with a stranger.
Okay, well, I kind of get that.
Really?
Yeah.
So, okay, I guess from being from the city, I think about it differently because I have many times shared cabs with a stranger.
I don't think I ever have. I haven't ridden that many cabs.
Really? Yeah, I rode a lot of cabs in the city.
Mainly up in D.C. and for business reasons, but no, I don't. Actually, I don't think I've ever shared a cab.
Really?
With another rider. No,
yeah, I have many times. I've hailed a cab and there's somebody standing there trying to hail a cab too, and then you just happen to get in the car. You're like, you going uptown? Yeah. Well, let's just share the cab. That's like a really common thing.
Share the fare?
Well, yeah, of course, because it kind of makes sense if you guys go heading in the same direction. Real common thing. Maybe not. No, I guess that doesn't happen much out here though, because you guys don't really have that problem. But
I'm not that into using cabs and things. I haven't needed to, but I've never ever happened to me sharing a cab.
Last time I used a cab, I lost my cell phone. I did. I did. I got this cab driver. Cool guy, don't get me wrong. Guy was nice and everything like that, but he picked us up on the wrong side of the road and dropped me off on the wrong side of the road, which then required me to slide across the cab seat to the other side to get out. And I was wearing a hoodie sweatshirt with loose pockets, and I had my cell phone slid in it, which would have been fine. But since I had to slide all the way across the seat, my cell phone fell out, and I didn't realize it until after he drove away. Now, normally, being a city guy, I used to always make it a point when I was in a cab to get his plate number. Like there's a little stamped plate in the cab, and I always made it a point to see that plate or remember that plate number just in case I ever left anything in the cab. But I got out of the habit because I hadn't lived in the city for a while. So he drove away, and I didn't remember, and I pat my pocket and realized my cell phone fell out in his cab.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would not make one's day.
No, because I needed to have my cell phone. So then I spent like 2 hours in the city trying to find a cell phone store to get a new cell phone because I was there on business and had to have my cell phone. So, yeah, made for an awkward day.
Oh, man. I guess I've been lucky.
Yeah, that was not a lucky day. That was a very, very, very unlucky day. So, anyway, moving on. So I got another one for you. So, you ever tried to move a trailer? You ever had a big trailer or anything?
Mm-hmm.
Ever try to move it without having to like hook your vehicle to it?
I've moved it by picking up the tongue and pulling it around.
Well, they must not have been a very big trailer then.
One was a horse trailer.
Well, they have a new device out for trailer people. If you have like a big camper trailer or anything like that, they have a little push-button robot that will move your trailer.
Auto Connect.
Auto Connect?
Does it connect to the vehicle? Does it connect the trailer to the vehicle for you?
Nope. It's a robot. Like, say you have a camper trailer, and you don't want to have to back your truck up to it to move it around.
Yeah.
They have like a little robot. It's on little tank wheels, and you push a button. It'll drive over with a little ball on it, and the ball will snap up into the trailer and lift the trailer up, and you can move it around your property. Just a little compact, little cool thing.
All right, I get that. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Check it out. Somebody sent me one of our listeners sent me the video of it.
Is that something that's already available?
Yeah, it's already available.
That sounds pretty neat. I like that.
It was pretty cool. So the guy had like 6 or 7 trailers on the property that they were demonstrating on. He was picking up and moving them around the property. He's able to move them real tight without ever having to connect a truck to it.
And you control it with an app on your phone, right?
It looked like he was actually controlling it from a phone, actually, is what it actually looked like, too. Yeah, but it was pretty neat. And then here's another story that everybody saw coming. You know that the Viper and the Demon, this is the last year of them making them.
Yeah.
So they say they're going to be the most collectible vehicle. Do you believe it?
Don't you wish you could buy one and stick it in your garage and not touch it?
Well, you probably could if you want to make the payment on it. But my problem is I think that if I bought it, then I'd have to drive it.
Well, yeah, you would have to drive it some.
Yeah.
You can't spend that kind of money on a car like that and not drive it.
Yeah, I would have to drive it.
Yeah, but you're not going to take a road trip to California in it. But knowing you, you would.
Yeah, I was going to say, knowing me, I probably would. But I mean, I was never a Viper person. I know a lot of people like the Viper, but the Viper just never fit me. That doesn't fit my personality.
Probably get to Martinsville in an hour with a Viper, huh?
Yeah. No, not an hour, but I've done some crazy road trips. I'm just going to say I've made some crazy road trips, and I've managed to get places in really quick times. But those are my younger years. I mean, you're supposed to do silly things like that in your younger years.
Well, that's true.
I mean, I enjoy road trips. I mean, I absolutely enjoy road trips. I've always enjoyed going on road trips and driving. I mean, it's just always been something I've just got immense pleasure out of.
I've always enjoyed road trips.
Yeah, I love driving. I like the open road. I like to drive. And I'm strange about it too. So I have like rituals for it. So every time I go on a road trip, I make like a complete like road trip song playlist of like, I think last time, what we do, like 500 songs? Like last time we went on a road trip?
It was more than 1,000 because I remember.
Yeah, I put like a whole, I'll sit for like 2 weeks and put like all these songs together for a road trip. And then I have like certain food I have to have. Like I can't go on the road trip without certain food. You have to have beef jerky.
Beef jerky.
Teriyaki
beef jerky.
Gotta have beef jerky. Gotta have pretzel sticks. Like I love pretzel sticks.
Sourdough.
Yep, gotta have the big hard sourdough pretzels. Gotta have those. And like I'm serious. Like I have like this whole ritual for road trips. I have to have certain things. I have to have like the music to play.
Don't forget about Gatorade.
Gotta have Gatorade, cold Gatorade on ice. Seriously, I have this whole ritual for every time I go on a road trip.
When I go on a road trip, I don't do anything except drive. I don't have anything to eat.
Really?
Yeah, I just listen to music I would normally listen to.
No, it's like I go through, like I make seriously, like I take like 2 weeks and I go through and I find like old songs, new songs. I make a complete playlist for it and everything. And like I have like this whole setup and like it has to be perfect.
I've made playlists for songs, but I'm not going to spend very long on it.
Oh man, I spent like 2 weeks. Seriously, I'll sit there for hours and like load songs up, and I have them all set up because my truck has where you just plug in and it just plays songs continuously off of a drive. Yeah. So I just plug the drive into it. I put them all on a backup drive. I just plug the backup drive into the truck and it just plays songs continuously.
Oh man.
Yeah, and it's funny because before that, in the old days, when I first started off, I'd do it on a tape, and then I would burn a CD. And then I had, an iTouch, and I did on an iTouch. So I've progressively, changed over time.
It got better when they put the MP3 readers into your CD, and you could burn all your songs as an MP3.
Yep.
And that would give you 20 hours on a disc.
I did all that. I just evolved over time. That's all I've done. So if you guys are ever wondering how I did my road trips, now you know. Kept myself entertained for long periods of time. So anyway, that brings you to the end of our show. Hope you guys enjoyed. It is an awesome Saturday out there. It is sunny. Hopefully where you guys are at, it is sunny as well. Sunday is right around the corner. Enjoy your Sunday. Turn off the TV. Spend some time with your kids. Hey, take them to a car show. They'll love you for it. That's the end of our show. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. We're out of here.